Tim says, greetings from the Hamilton Cartoon Foundry.
Ooh.
Where I met dozens of local artists like Ainsley Ashley, who gave me this card herself. That's Ainsley's little cartoon. Nice. And here's a sleeping bear. This was sent by Sean Henry, who says, sneaking affection for Mammoth written The Edge. Goofy survival with a bear at the center. Seen it?
I've seen that.
I really, really liked it, and I've been meaning to watch it again ever since I watched it in the early 90s.
I saw it at a Boy Scout lock-in. The adults brought some VHS tapes so they could run it at a screen.
That's a good Boy Scout movie. The infidelity might be a little confusing for the young lads.
It's a little too sexy for the tenderfoot.
I definitely want to see that again.
Oh, I identify with this bear so much. Mom, don't wake me up.
When you visit our website, welcometothebasementshow.com, there is lots for you to do. You can watch our episodes one after the other until you pass out and have a nice little nap. And there are also PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to make a one-time or rolling monthly donation to help support this show. Rolling donors are right here on my list, and I'm going to shout out some of them. Anna, Marybeth, Alfred, Shelby, Maurizio, Michael, Bernard, JP, William, Kai, Ian, William, Jeff, Einar, Abraham, Amber, Guide, Andrea, Robert, Eric, and Benjamin. The rest of our donors later in the show right now. Viewer questions.
Ooh.
For Tony!
Bring your questions, Mr. District Attorney.
Dan Wormsbacher. Pineapple on pizza. Yay or nay?
Heartfelt yay. I don't know why people are so mean about it.
I don't know why this is such an intense wedge issue. Just eat what you like to eat.
If you don't like it, don't order it.
If you don't like it, don't order it.
If you own a restaurant and you don't like it, don't put it on the menu.
However, that being said, there is a pizza topping that I am evangelical about.
All right, hit me with it.
You should not put starch on top of your pizza. Potatoes and pasta do not belong on pizza. That's what the crust is for. That's why pizza's kind of a perfect food, because it's got starch and vegetables and protein and all that stuff.
It is an extra level of indulgence.
Why don't you eat a potato sandwich?
I would agree with you, except I've long been a fan of the toppers, buffalo mac and cheese, and their potato pizza. They do it too well. I can't write it off.
Mm-hmm. Lee Gregor, what actor or actress do you think was going to be the next big thing, but it never quite worked out for them?
Missy Peregrine. I may be mispronouncing her name. She was delightful in the early 2000s, especially in a movie called Stick It, which has her as a gymnast and Jeff Bridges as her coach. It feels like she really disappeared off the radar.
Patrick Krellin. One of my favorite directors is the little appreciated filmmaker Todd Field. Who are your lesser-known directors whose work you always seek out?
Paul Bartel, director of Eating Raoul, Death Race 2000, and Cannonball. I like his energy. It's always a little bit darkly comic, but it's always interesting. I like goofy, absurd filmmakers who may have not been successful, especially because their taste ran so goofy and absurd, but everything they make is full of character.
Scott C.A. Yetman, is there a film that presented an idea, argument, or worldview that you disagreed with at first, but perhaps changed your mind on it as time passed? Little light question for you.
Yeah. I think as I've gotten older, horror movies impact me more. Because when I got into them, when I was much younger, you do not have that sense of, and perhaps fear of, mortality. Just the weight of what life means impacts so much more.
Is there a film that presented that to you?
Blade Runner. The want for more life when you know your time is short. I think Roy Batty is very much the hero of that movie. He's a misguided hero.
Right.
And he's a violent child. But it's because he's terrified of the end.
John Colin Jacobson, what movie do you wish more people knew about?
Top Copy, directed by Jules Dassin.
Dassin, sure.
Yes.
Peter Ustinov?
Peter Ustinov.
Won the Oscar for that?
Yes. It's such a delightful heist that takes place in such a magnificent location in Istanbul. I think more people need to watch it and see the groundwork laid for not only Mission Impossible, but for the heist genre.
The caper genre. Tabby Barnes. Tony!
What?
Tell us which movie that is based off a book that you enjoy. If you read the book, which is better, the book or the movie?
The Long Goodbye. Because it is one of my favorite novels.
Is it Chandler or...
Chandler.
Okay.
It is Raymond Chandler. I really like the movie.
Movie's excellent.
But I love the book more.
Well, Altman sort of turns the book on its head.
He sets it in the modern day, but
Yeah.
he makes Elliot Gould.
This man pulled out of time.
He's so anachronistic.
Yeah.
He's this weird blend of 70s culture but 40s rules.
Chris Peterson, the BBC, gives Tony complete creative control of the Doctor Who franchise. Would he like to build off the legacy of New Who, or would he do a hard reset?
I would not do a hard reset.
The only way you could do a hard reset is if you were going to do a comedy. Like a parody of the original Doctor Who, which could work. If it's like a documentary now style show,
Yeah.
it could be really funny.
Sometimes I build pitches in my head that are never going to happen. Like someday I'll tell you about how I would rewrite Highlander 2 to actually be good.
Yeah.
Because that's been building in my head for about 10, 15 years. Before they did the 50th anniversary episode and then the follow-up, which kind of kept the show going, we were getting to the point where the Doctor was at the end of his canonical 13 lives.
Right.
And so part of me wondered how they would keep the show going. And in my head, the show would acknowledge it by having the Doctor die at the end of his 13th incarnation. But then going to an alternate universe and starting the show over again.
Oh, sure.
Because there are alternate universes, there are alternate timelines there, and this has really been even more embraced as the show has continued, more alternate versions of the Doctor out there. So I would have gone back and I would have done a sort of a melding of the 2006 new version, but introducing the stories of the original 1963 version. I would have had a younger Doctor. I would have had a solo companion with him, and I would have had him traveling and sort of doing new takes on the classic stories, introducing the Daleks and the Cybermen and all these other alien races. The really cool thing I had in mind was that a lot of things that are sort of taken for granted in the show, he would sort of accumulate as time went on. Mm-hmm. Like in the show, the Ice Warriors, who are an early Second Doctor monster, have sonic weaponry. And I would have had him interact with them and defeat them, but then have that sonic weaponry and take it and tinker with it and build his sonic screwdriver. Right. He would find technology on other planets that he would incorporate into the TARDIS to get some of the features and the ideas of it that we take for granted. And it would sort of build the world around him a little bit.
Feel the wrath of Basil's bone!
The script is passable.
I can't believe I told Roger Corman I'd do this for $4,000.
Black clouds. I don't like the looks of this.
Too cloudy.
Formations of weird rock.
Frank Zappa.
I'm turning control over to Robot John. Ahead, Steve, Mountain, I am going.
He's a robot, all right. You can't have a voice like that and not be Robot John.
I'm afraid there's a short in the power circuit.
Place it and fix it. We simply can't allow that to be bolted now.
Oh, here I am, useless on the moon.
Does life in any form exist on this planet? And if so,
can it satisfy me more than any man?
Get cozy as we descend through the vape layer. Smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
I've pulled and checked every wire and part in that darn radio. It won't operate.
Because I pulled all the wires out, as I just stated.
Looks placid and calm. But frightening.
Placid and calm but frightening, like Christopher Walken.
That's right.
Tony will now read us the rest of our rolling monthly donors.
I certainly will. RPC Services, Reed, Jerry, Thomas, Catherine, Abigail, Nathan, Dave, Paradise Alive, Cassandra, Laura, Michael, James, Chris, Damien, Brett, Martin, and Jason.
Thank you to all of our donors.
Thank you, you friends and lovers.
And now, a package.
Woohoo! Oh, it's green.
It's soft. I think it's something that is probably wearable on my head.
That has been the theme lately.
It's from the good people at Groupon. This person found a going out of business Party City and stocked up.
They were the former manager of said Party City.
This is a werewolf hat.
Ooh!
Werewolf hat. Will I put it on? Of course I will.
Yeah. Commit to the bit.
What would it look like if I was a werewolf wearing a colorful visor?
Oh.
Probably look like that. What about a werewolf in a colorful visor with some orange sunglasses?
Oh.
Oh, this is Teen Wolf 3.
This is the literal comedy definition of putting a hat on a hat on a hat.
It is. Oh, folks.
Got some nice ears. That tag
The
on
old
the-
tag. Look at me, I'm a werewolf head. Thank you for joining us here on Unboxing. We've had some surprises, as you can see, and we'll have more in the days to come. Bye-bye.
Say goodnight to the Wolfman. Yeah.